Alright guys, welcome to Uncensored Repairs. We are back for another stream. This time we have a customer's laptop. It's a fairly oldish laptop, but it's in good condition. This is a HP/Compaq CQ58. This laptop, it's a simple repair really. It just needs a new keyboard. There's actually a few keys, maybe 4 or 5 keys that are not working currently on the laptop. The keys are like £3 or £4 each, and it's much cheaper for the customer just to have a brand new keyboard. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get started. So these keyboards, they actually come away from this side. And there's little catches at the top here that hold it down, and there's usually a few screws on the back of the keyboard that hold it down to the chassis. So we're going to get to the screws first. We're going to lever the keyboard out from the base plastic, and then we're going to replace the keyboard. A simple repair. Okay, so we're going to turn it round, and we're going to first of all take out the battery. We don't want to be messing with the electrics with the battery plugged in, and we're going to need to remove the various covers. So to start off with, I'm going to take this cover off here. There we go. And you know what, that's probably all I need to do. Usually on these laptops it'll tell you the exact screw that you need to remove to get to the keyboard area. So on this one there's a little notification there on the base plastic that's where we need to be attacking. So I'm going to remove that screw. I'm also going to remove this one here because there's a little keyboard notification logo on there as well with an arrow pointing that way. So let's remove that one. Helps when you've got a magnetic screwdriver. There we go, and I've removed the other one. And we'll just turn the laptop over now and just see if that loosens the keyboard up. And if it doesn't, then we'll carry on removing screws. Should be alright. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flat-headed screwdriver and push one of these catches in at the top of the keyboard and see if that actually releases the keyboard. And doesn't seem loose as of yet, so we're going to get a flat spudger and remove the rest of these screws. There's another 2 here, and that keyboard signs probably means take the whole line off, so we're just going to take the whole line off and just double check if there's any more. Don't think there is. Let's try again. Okay, it does seem a lot looser now, so we're going to work around the edge. First of all, I'm going to just get my finger underneath, I don't know if you can see that, and I'm going to work along the edge and push the catches in. There's another one, there's another one, and there's another one. And there we go. These keyboards, you can't just rip them straight out. You have to turn them over to get to the connector. These connectors as well, they just lift up and you can pull it straight out like that, and there is the keyboard. Probably going to give this a bit of a brush through because it's a bit dusty, just for good measure. There we go, fantastic. Alright, so now I need to get the new keyboard. And here we have a brand spanking new keyboard. Very nice. Just double checking that the structure's the same. This has actually got a protection back plate on it, which is probably better if you're going to spill anything on it. But yeah, it looks good to me. The only difference is there's a bit of a kink in the cable on that one. Maybe we can work a bit of a kink in the cable on this one, or maybe we don't need it. Possibly, actually, possibly. So we'll put them next to each other and we will match up the kink. Something like that. We don't really want to do a tight kink in the cable because these poles are very fragile, so we don't really want to split any of those. So just a slight kink. And we'll do the reverse. Pop that into the hole, and there's little hooks on the side of where the keyboard goes into the connector, so you know exactly where it sits. And you just hold your finger in place, put the connector back on the top. Little grooves at the bottom of the keyboard as well, they fit into the base plastic on this side, so you want to make sure those go back in there. Now when fitting these keyboards, you don't just want to press it down straight away, because what tends to happen on these is they're a tight fit, so you want to get the sides in first. So I'm going to do that side first, then I'm going to do this side, then I'm going to do the middle. There we go, all nice. Otherwise, if you press the middle in first, what tends to happen is the sides lift up and it's hard to get the sides back in. So a new keyboard is in place, and we'll pop the screws back in. Pop the cover back on. Pop the battery back on. Yeah. Now we're going to test it out. So I'll get the charger from the customer's bag. Get that plugged in. Okay, and these are the same chargers as the HP laptops as well. When this laptop was made, this was when HP bought out Compaq, so all the parts were the same, and yeah, as you can see, they're using a HP charger with the very debatable center pin inside. If you break that center pin on these, the charge is literally no good, because it doesn't send the signal to the laptop to say that it's a genuine charger or that it's even going to work. What will happen if that breaks inside is you'll get a little light on the side of the laptop here. It's usually like a red light, and then the laptop just won't work at all. So yeah, don't ever break the pin. There is a little hack if you do break the pin. What you can do is you can just get a normal sewing pin or something like that, and you can stick it in the charge port and then chop the end off about 1 millimeter. Leave about 1 millimeter out of the charge port. Then you can put this back in and it'll line up perfectly. Just make sure that when you finish with the laptop, you remove the pin out the center of the charge port on the laptop. What I tend to do with mine, I've got a broken one over there. I just sellotape the pin to the charger and then use it on the next laptop. But obviously I don't need to do it on this one. Okay, so we've just put the charger back in and we're powering it on, and it powers on nicely. A little slow with these mechanical drives, but it is what it is. Okay, customer tells me that to get on the laptop, it's 0412. And the numbers 5 and 6 were broken. Equals and minus was broken, and also /. So yeah, so those several keys were literally more expensive than having a new keyboard. Good start. Enter works. I'm going to cover the screen up now because it's customers' personal images. Don't really want to put that on the internet. Okay, we're in on the laptop now. I'm just going to load up I don't know, something like Notepad just to check it out, make sure it's all working. When Windows 10 decides to finally fully load, that is. I don't think the customer wants anyone to smoke around the laptop. Maximum penalty £500. Don't blame him, really. This 4Q thing must be a radio station or something. Goodness me, this customer needs to upgrade this to an SSD at least. So frustrating. Right, Notepad, let's get it going. All right, we're in Notepad. So we're just going to test all the keys out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, minus, equals, QWERTY, UIOP, SDFGHJKL. Yep, they're all good. And fantastic. And home's working. That's good. Just going to check the Windows key to make sure that's working. That's all good. And function keys as well. Excellent. Volume up and down works. So that's it for that repair. Quick repair, really. Nothing too nothing too strenuous. Another happy customer. But now we've got this keyboard, and what we can do with this keyboard now is sell the keycaps. So that's another revenue stream which helps the situation. Cheap repair for the customer, customer doesn't want the old keyboard, you can sell each one of these keys for like three or £4 a piece, depending on which one it is. Everyone's happy. There we go. What I'm going to do is stop the stream and start a new stream with another repair. We've got the next device is a Motorola smartphone, and it's actually been in for a rebuild due to the customer dropping it in water. So it's had a new screen and things like that to sort of some of the issues. It's had a lot of work done on the motherboard, but now it needs to have some new side buttons because those were perished due to the water damage. So we're going to test those out now, and yeah, I'll see you on the next stream very shortly.